And we are back with Inside the Show. I'm Scuffy. He's Kooks. Welcome to another live episode. Kooks, how's it going, man?
Pretty good, man. It's been a minute since we have been on the podcast, trying to, get it together. A lot of things keep coming up, but we're here. Gonna catch up on a lot of content we've missed, as well as kind of give our thoughts on season 2 as a whole, and should be a good time. Should be a good hour or so of talk.
I mean, we got a big day coming tomorrow. It's kind of been the day that we've been talking about since we heard about the new type of content that's going to be coming to MLB The Show. And we were kind of like holding off our full opinion until we see when one of the sets goes away, which set one will be going away, at least for ranked tomorrow. But I don't know what to feel yet. I still feel like is it going to feel just like when set 2 came along, where set 2, I mean, at first felt like a new game came out, right? With all the cards that I dropped. But then we went through the whole season of set 2, and it wasn't, I don't think it was praise. I don't know. Praise would be the word. I don't think it was up to the standard like we felt when we played through set 1 and season 1. Does that make sense?
Yeah, I mean, I think a lot of people really enjoyed season 1. I think SDS came out of the gates strong with this new, fresh take on content, this different structure, this radical change to the mode, and I think a lot of people were, cautiously optimistic about it. There were a lot of people hesitant about it, and it's something totally new, so that's totally fair. But I felt like what they did in season 1 with the content they released, their the things they actually put out into the game, some of the more enticing programs we had, and just kind of this whole fresh new content model was pretty cool. And then it doesn't feel like they really carried that momentum into season 2 very well. But there's a lot of different elements to it. We'll get into a lot of that today on this episode of the pod. And it's not just one thing. I think it's kind of like a snowball effect of things that really have kind of led people to have kind of a sour taste in their mouth with season 2. But yeah, no, I think that's kind of where it starts.
Oh yeah, for sure. Let's first catch up from season 2 and since the last episode. Now we had, I believe, the Future Stars program since last episode. We had new events where I want to bring up the events first because this is something we haven't seen until 17, and there's a little debate about this throughout the community, and that was 12 win streak rewards are back. We haven't seen this since MLB The Show 17. I think that was the only time we saw it. Was 17, because I remember Joey Bats was one. I remember Daniel Murphy was another, and I remember grinding like no other because I won that Daniel Murphy, I think, postseason card. But yeah, now they introduced that with the Kerry Wood being the first one, the 99 Kerry Wood, and then we recently saw with the JD Martinez and then the Ian Happ. Before we got the rewind packs, there was a little bit like, okay, what are we doing here? This is another similar scenario where in BR or ranked, there's no way to obtain this unless for skill. We could go back and forth. We have went back and forth on this topic, but just in general, having the 12 win streak ward back, not being the 85 to 89 diamond, and now seeing that there is a rewind pack, I'm all for it.
Yeah, I think it's great for a lot of reasons. It provides a little bit of, it provides a little bit of a competitive edge to competitive edge to events in a way, that there's something to actually play for, because, I'll fully admit, normally when I grind an event, all I'm trying to do is get my wins as fast as possible. So I'll go into an event game. I'll use my best pitcher, use whatever relievers I have to in order to get that win. And then I just forfeit my entry and go into another entry and just use the same pitchers over again. like to me, trying to win 12 games to get an 85 to 89 overall just is not worth the time investment versus the stub reward. So, actually giving an incentive to stay in a run, try to get 12 wins, and it's a 12-win entry. You don't have to go 12-0. You can go 12-1.
Yes.
It's a good change to the mode. I think it provides a competitive edge without taking away what events are all about, and that's just using some fun teams, using some cool restrictions, and trying to build things towards a certain mold. So I think that is a really, really good change to the mode. I think it's a welcome addition back from, like you said, MLB 17, and hopefully they keep adding some really cool rewards because Kerry Wood and what was the other one? Ian Happ have been pretty awesome.
I'm a big fan of JD Martinez. I love his swing. I just don't have a
Forgot about
place to
JD,
put
yeah.
him. I don't know where I'll put him unless I put him in DH. I haven't really, like I said to you, I haven't grinded as much because I felt burnt out from set one, which makes me look forward to tomorrow because tomorrow I'm excited for tomorrow because I want to. I feel I'm refreshed and want to grind again because I expect set three to be good because we expect it to be the All-Star cards. But we'll get into that a little bit. But yeah, going back to the 12-win streak, it makes events more playable. I like you said, you don't have to see because there's been certain events, not just from this year or last year. Like you said, you could just quit out and play with the same pitcher. You can have that 99 pitcher if it's the restrictions there. I remember there was last year was just using Randy, right?
Yep.
You could continue using 99 Randy. I want to see events be a little bit more chaotic, personally, here, Cougs. I feel like we always see the Moonshot event. Yeah, I think it's run its course for me, Moonshot event. I'm not going to lie because we've seen so much, especially we've seen, 5 to 6 of them last year. This is either the second or the third this year. I want to see
think this
more.
is the second one.
Yeah, I want to see more chaotic things where it's not based on lineup restriction. Give me some rules. Give me just 1 inning, extra inning baseball with ghost runner in second, whoever wins from there. Give me a situation.
Yeah.
I had this whole thing tweeted out. I think another one I really liked, have bases loaded. 3-inning game, bases loaded. Each inning, balks on. So,
No, Stuffy, no, don't
crazy.
give them any ideas.
Don't
give them any
There's
ideas.
another good one I had that I really liked. I'm trying to think. I don't mean to toot my own horn, but I think I just want to put the point out. Out position, 3-inning games.
Yeah,
that'd be pretty cool. A good way to revise Moonshot. You had to score certain amount of runs to win the game, and you had to win by 2.
Or Moonshot. Maybe I don't know how they would program this, but you can only score by a home run. If you hit a single, you hit an out. You have to hit the ball over the fence. I see what you're saying. More chaotic things. Yeah.
It just I feel like it's free entries. Make it a little bit more. I don't know. I think it'll give it a little bit more spice.
So, is that kind of what Madden does with their house rules thing?
Yeah.
Okay.
They do overtime rules for college for one of them. I forgot what else they could do. Imagine for the Moonshot, depending on the distance, is how many runs you get.
Yeah, now, these are like they could really get creative. It's just I don't know how hard that is.
Yeah, it's a program.
To code that and everything, but like I'm in. Give me more fun ways to play the game, and that's something else we'll discuss when we talk about our closing thoughts of season 2. I want to see some more creativity. I want to see some more, so like you said, some more chaos in certain areas and kind of give us a new way to look at the game that's not the same thing we've been doing for the past couple months.
Yeah, no, I agree. I think you always made the point. Give me more programs like we saw with the Easter egg hunt.
Yeah,
like something like that, because that was a lot of fun. Or even if it's just like a scavenger hunt, like every 2 weeks, like you have to do a certain amount these type of tasks to unlock these cards.
It's just something different.
Yeah, just something different. I'm here for it. But to catch up more on season 2, I think we didn't get to talk about the Future Star program, which dropped. There was definitely some mixed opinions on this Future Star program. I feel like if you didn't get a particular card for your favorite team, you had no interest in the program at all.
Yeah. And I think there's a lot of things that the Future Stars program, did that caused some frustration. Um, I don't even think it's just this because on the last episode, I don't even know if we talked about the Father's Day program. I know we talked about
We
Aaron
guessed
Judge.
it.
I don't even know.
I feel like we guessed it and we were right about it.
Yeah. And I
Like,
think a lot of people's frustration with the Future Stars program kind of stemmed from the frustration that we started seeing in the Father's Day program. Because just the way they've done these programs is a little frustrating. I mean, there's multiple layers to it, but like one of the first things is captains being towards the end of these programs.
yeah.
It's just a little odd. Like it does not really feel like that is it doesn't feel streamlined that way. Like it should be you start the program, you get the captain, and then as you get more players, your captain boosts increase the further you get into the program. Now, I can see SDS's reasoning to put captains towards the end of the program because we have been asking for captain cards to just simply be better, like by themselves. So they've started to release some 95 captains and stuff like that. But when you put them in programs with 92 overall cards, I guess SDS's logic is like, well, it wouldn't make sense to put lower overall cards after higher overall cards type of things. But like at the end of the day, I don't really think people are going to really care that much. Like if you put a 95 captain at the beginning of the program, you know what that's there for. It doesn't matter if it's a higher overall than 92 Ben Joyce. You know you're probably not going to use 95 Mark Pryor or whoever the Future Stars, Michael Kopech, that's who it was.
Yeah,
You're probably not really going to use Michael Kopech on his own, regardless of his overall. So like having those captains at the beginning of the program would be it makes more sense than what they've been doing with the last two. And then, I mean, yeah, like with the Future Stars program and stuff, there's some good cards in here, but a lot of it just feels like a lot of collection filler. 93s, 94s, 95s, and I'm definitely not one of the people that thinks every card needs to be a 99. I think the mid-tier diamonds definitely have their place in the game. But I think another just big frustration that people are having with not just the Future Stars program, but programs in general is the fact that it doesn't feel like we actually earn anything at the end. Like Jason Dominguez, 97 overall, solid card, sure, but he's a 97. Unless you're making a full Future Stars team where you're using, the tier 3 captain boosts, is he going to play over some of the other 99s that you have access to? Yeah. Like it doesn't really feel like there is a good sense of finality to these programs. It doesn't feel like there's a good reward at the end of it that really feels worth it. Granted, if you're using an all Yankees team, you're using an all Futures team, yes, Jason Dominguez is basically like a must get for you. But for most people, they're not using those. So it's like if there's just a 99 at the end, at least it feels like we earned something good from the, long parallel XP grinds and the moments and the conquests and all that type of stuff. That to me is, I think, where a lot of people's frustrations lie. If you make that reward at the end really worth it, I think nobody really cares that much about the cards along the way. And, you just get more cards for your collection, but you get something at the end. I think that's the key.
Yeah. I couldn't say it better myself. I'm surprised with the captains, like, just go back to your point there. They did it good with the player month. Player month, we got them right from the start. Like the Carlos Santana, the Blake Trinan, and then we were able to build on top of that. This is going to be another big subject going through these programs. Another thing that we've been seeing side by side with the programs, and we see the 97 overalls, it's not as usable as unless you do like a theme team, which they probably are trying to shoot for, make you use the theme team. But there's still, once you look at packs, you see the difference. You definitely see the difference between what we're getting in packs, the quality of cards that you're getting from packs, towards the quality that you're getting into, I guess you would say other programs. Well, even Team Infinity. I mean, Team Infinity is still solid cards, but it's not up to scale where we see what we see in packs. Um, because these packs lately, I mean, these are the best we've seen these packs because they're all 99s. There hasn't been any less 99s. Not only that, it feels like we are getting the best version of cards through packs, unless it's through BR World Series and probably events now.
Mhm.
And it just makes you think, all right, I could do this program, get these 97-year-old rolls, or they want me to pay or either pay or gamble my luck to get an even better card through these packs. I mean, we saw the Joe Mauer being one of the chase points when they're, which we expect the really good cards being chased. But even with
Yeah.
Diamond Duels, you saw one of your favorite cards come back.
Yes, it did.
And that was 2 weeks. Was that 2 weeks ago? A week ago? I think it was a week ago. Has it been a
Yeah,
week?
I don't even. Yeah, I don't even
Either way,
remember.
has been a week when they announced Kyle Schwarber. Not only that, it was pretty much replicated to his monthly Lightning card. I mean, his attributes were very almost lined up exact, and they gave him the catcher. So it's like
Did not expect that, by the way. That was
did not expect that.
yeah.
I think they just did that because they know that we love that. But either way, you look at packs and you're like, okay, do I even put the effort into the programs, or do I just try to save up stubs? Or if you have the money that you want to spend, do I spend the money? And that's how they're getting their revenue that way. I don't know.
Yeah, I think that's the fair thing because when you put cards like 99 Jordan Alvarez, 99 Kyle Schwarber with catcher secondary in, you know, headliner packs or diamond duos, you know, a lot of people are really going to want those cards. And to be clear, like, you know, you need to have good cards in packs. You need to have good cards in collections. Otherwise, there's no point in opening packs. There's no point in doing collections. Like, you need to have something similar to what I said with the programs. You need to have something at the end of it that you're excited about. Um, and with these cards all being in packs, it just kind of adds to the frustration because you know people are going to be excited about Kyle Schwarber with catcher secondary. You know that's kind of like a legendary card or a legendary, you know, player in Diamond Dynasty. It's just it's an exciting card for the community, but when you put them in packs with the rest of the way the content has been structured, there's going to be a lot of frustration in that. And I think the other thing is, you know, if SDS started releasing 99s at the end of programs and they reverted some of the no sell pack changes they have in BR events, all this type of stuff, I don't think people would mind at all with these guys in packs because at least you have ways to get stubs so you can actually buy the players you want to buy. Like, I think the BR change to make the pack non-sellable is one of the worst things they've ever done personally. Because that's a way for people to make stubs. Like, I know their reasoning was, oh well, we wanted the program to be used as a way for people to earn the exclusive reward rather than people just selling it. It's like,
Yep.
who cares? It's a fantasy card collecting mode. It's a video game. If people want to put 100 points in the BR program to get a card they can then sell to get a card that they want, who cares? Why are you stopping them from doing that? Like,
I did
it
that a
blows
lot
my
of times
mind.
last year. Did that a
It
lot of times.
blows my mind that they're like, oh well, it just wasn't working the way we wanted to. Oh well, people found a way to make it work for them, and it's probably better for the game that way. I'm sorry. So yeah, I think there's just not, I don't feel like there's enough real ways for people to earn a large chunk of stubs at once because BR packs are non-sellable, event rewind packs are non-sellable, event 12 and 0 rewind packs are not sellable, rank season reward packs are not sellable. This is all from going in the program, by the way. Obviously, if
Yeah.
you earn it through gameplay, yeah, you can sell. I just feel like there isn't enough player-friendly ways to get cards in this game right now, and I really hope SDS kind of tweaks that for season 3.
Yeah. No, I mean, right now, like I said, this kind of goes side to side why I just don't feel like grinding. I don't think it's worth the time,
Yeah.
especially uh, for me when I have limited time. I mean, working 9 to 5, and then you have other stuff, maybe an hour or two to play a day, and you really had to utilize like, do I want to spend all this time grinding a program throughout the week where probably won't even use these cards in my ranked lineup? Where hey, I could just see maybe I could gamble my luck, get this pack, see what I could get, and then I could use that time by actually playing ranked or playing online modes instead, the rules I want to play. Um, so yeah, it's been very interesting to see the transition from set one to set two, and now we're on the verge of set three. I'm trying to go into like an even approach, like an even kill approach to set three, but I just I'm not as optimistic as I once was when I first felt this content come set one.
Yeah, and I think that's totally fair for a lot of reasons. Like it's just, you know, they've done things in season 2 that just feel very not player friendly, and I think it's totally fair to have that hesitation going into the next season, because it doesn't feel like they've really earned that goodwill in season 2 to really feel that confidence. But SDS, I've always said it, SDS at least does a good job year to year of listening to feedback and implementing changes to to that feedback. We will see how they do season to season with this model, because really that's what they are trying to do. This MLB The Show 23 is, yes, it's one big year of Diamond Dynasty, but it kind of feels like every season is its own launch of the game. So we'll see what they do as far as tweaks to the content.
Yeah. And they even indicated we're listening to feedback throughout this year because it's a whole new, different type of way, and then adjust from there. And we even see them adjust mid-year. I mean, look at what they kind of did with the the awards, with the World Series program and BR. But either way, we'll see what happens. Anyway, with set 2, now being kind of, I mean, season 2, I should say, not set 2. Set 2's not going nowhere. Come tomorrow, it's only set 1. But season 2, what are things that what? I'm not going to say cards. I was just going to say, what are things that you liked? Because I feel like we were onto more the negative things of where we didn't see the 97s. But what are things that you liked seeing throughout season 2 in general? Was it just, for me, it's the event rewards. There's been a lot of good event rewards. I liked, like we mentioned just before, with the 99s being part of the win streak. But even before that, there has been plenty of good ones that I really like. To switch it up when we had Eduardo Escobar getting 97.
Yep.
Olavino has always been one of my favorite cards to use. This current one, Carlos Delgado, I love that. I feel like event award cards have been, they might not be the upper echelon cards, but they're still solid cards for what you could play. And you don't have to really sweat as much, because all you have to do is just keep on trying to get wins in XP, and you'll unlock it from that program, unless you want to get the 12 win, of course. But yeah, that's been kind of my standpoint.
I think that has been a really good change to the mode. That was definitely one of the more positive things about season 2. I think when it comes to the actual team building aspect, set 2 had the part of the game that I think changed the most, or the area of the team that I think changed the most, was bullpen. Think about all the good bullpen options we got in set 2. 99 Craig Kimbrell, 99 Kenley Jansen, both of those completely free in the Tops Now stuff. 99 Aroldis Chapman, 99 Mariano Rivera, 99 Gossage, 98 Evan Phillips, Felix Bautista, another lefty, John Franco, Aaron Loop. The bullpen got a huge makeover in season 2. So that, I think, has been a really good change. And I think season 2 actually started off pretty strong, because you had, once again, going off of season 1, everybody was kind of feeling good about it. They came out of the gates with 2 new series of cards, incognito cards, kaiju series cards. really cool, like really creative stuff, really good stuff. Um, and of course, they added the core collection for 99 Corey Seager, who actually turned out to be my favorite card in all of
Oh,
set two.
okay.
Even though he's a core card, he was my favorite card in all of season two. That dude has been
He'll never
uh,
go anywhere.
he's an
He's always going
he's
to
an
be there
angel
for you
in
throughout the
my
year.
lineup. It's insane.
He's your
Yeah.
staple, you know?
Yeah, he's my guy. So like, yeah, I think they started off really strong. And I think they made they added a lot of really good cards for bullpen. The event rewards were really good. And then other than that, yeah, that's kind of where I'm at with season two. It's definitely, I'm a little bit more negative towards the overall season, but that doesn't mean that I don't think there's positives that have been in there.
Yeah.
And those kind of are on that side of the fence on it.
No, I feel it. I feel like it started out being very similar to set one, and being burnt out from set one kind of made me turned off. Like, I don't feel like doing this again.
Yeah.
Even though I know set one's going to leave in a month or two, just don't feel like doing that again. And for me personally, like I said, the events has been solid for me. And I have nothing really else to say because I haven't really played it. I'm not gonna
Yeah.
lie, I haven't. I've been burnt out. That's why I'm very excited for set three because I'm ready to do it again, ready to get this going. What I did like, you mentioned too, is what they did for Tops now when they added the milestone cards. I want to see more of that. I would love to see more of that if they could get 99 cards in there. Whether if it's a milestone like a cycle, like Ella Cruz could have got a cycle card. That would have been cool to put in like was it June Tops now? Yeah, June Tops. So
Yeah, I was surprised. Well, I mean, it still could be
This,
there in the
yeah,
last
they
week.
still could do something.
We should
with
get
it.
more tops now. Is tomorrow before the monthly awards drops tomorrow.
Yeah,
So we
but
probably will get him and a Domingo Herman.
but I did like how they utilized the Jensen and the Kimbrough, put that in there because we never seen anything like that before. Besides that, it was more the same to me. And yeah, I'm just looking forward to what's going to come in set three. We know not only that, it's not just set three with Team Infinity coming out on Friday. It's also Player of the Month, and you had to be very excited for that. You had to
Yes.
be because this might be the best version of Atani that we'll ever see. He has put on a month that I don't think we'll ever see again unless he does it again.
Yeah.
Let's just say
I mean,
that.
I mean, dude, you could make the case. Otani literally just casually had like the best month ever,
Yes.
like out of any player of all time. Like it's insane.
He has
Like
to be the best player ever. There's no one.
I mean,
there's no one. To be an Angels fan, have lucky two generation talents. Fortunately, we heard the news about.
yeah, I
Joe,
know.
but
It's
still,
we're so blessed over here, Scuffy. We're so blessed
I saw
being
the
one game
injuries,
over 500 and four out of the
I'm a
wild
Met
card.
fan. Hey.
Yeah, it's true. It's true. It's true.
But like seeing the injuries reminded me of feeling like a Met fan. I was like, oh man, I feel this pain right now. But either way, you still have Atani to look forward to. Luckily, his injury was only a blister, so
Yeah.
that's nothing major. He'll be fine. But
Yeah, I
either
was
way,
worried about that.
Atani's month has been absolutely. There's no other choice that you could do right now than have a 99, especially since the set one Atani 99 is no longer with the WBC.
Yeah, no,
so
it's
this is
the
a
perfect
great
time.
transition. It's pretty much day one Atani again, but probably better. It just, I don't know.
It
It's gonna
should be
fun.
better.
It should be better, yeah. So
And it's not guaranteed that he's the lightning card yet. Because obviously Ronald Acuna Jr. won it for the NL. But regardless of which one of them gets the lightning card, the other one's gonna get an all-star card, like a good one. Like
Yeah.
it is what it is. So like, even if an angel has literally never been the lightning card from my memory, there's never been an angel. So
Trout, if we had this type of content, like format, Trout would at least had one.
I would have had it like 4 times.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, I've literally never seen an angel as the lightning card, so that automatically excites me. So yeah, if it ends up being him, I'm definitely gonna try to discover him. Don't know if I'll be able to be one of one parallel 5 just because I have to leave for the home run
Seattle.
derby on Sunday morning and I gotta get videos ready and stuff. So It's not impossible. I might try, but we'll see. But yeah, I'm definitely going to be getting him right away on Friday when set 3 comes out. I don't care about team affinity. I don't care about collections. Get me however I got to get 99 Otani. I will be getting him as soon as possible. So yeah.
Yeah, it's gonna be fun to see. I'm curious how to see the whole program's gonna be. Tommy Pham might get a card.
Yeah.
He might. He's been our best player. If you told me Tommy Pham by June would be carrying the Mets offense, I mean, we're on a 4-game winning streak, knock on wood, but still before that we were playing terrible in June. But he was like one of the bright spots. I wouldn't believe you, but either way, I'm trying to think who else might get player month card.
To be honest, I was looking at players like players who won awards like reliever of the month, player of the month, all that type of stuff, and it kind of feels like a lot of the players who have won it or who got the awards in June were kind of like players that already either have a really good card or players that already had player of the month cards. Like I think Felix Bautista might have been in there. I think Craig Kimbrell might have been in there. And then granted, it is going to be set 3. So it is going to be a new version of those guys.
Yeah.
But I'm curious how much overlap they really want to do with some of these guys that already have player of the month cards.
Well, we got to see, did any of those guys have player of the month cards with set 1?
I'm trying to find them all here. Okay, here we go. Shohei, AL Player of the Month. Ronald Acuna Jr., NL Player of the Month. James Paxton, AL Pitcher of the Month. Blake Snell, NL
James
Pitcher of the
Paxton
Month.
was that good last month?
Yeah, he
throwback
had a 1.74 ERA with 34 strikeouts.
99 with the
99 or 97.
Or he might be 97.
Oh no, wait, he was in Diamond Duos, wasn't he?
Yeah, he was in 99 Diamond Duos for Incanto.
Yeah.
Sorry, can't pronounce.
But then you go rookie of the month. You have Gunnar Henderson and Corbin Carroll. You have reliever of the month, Felix Bautista and Craig Kimbrell. Like,
well, the Corbin Carroll, the 99 he had before was set 1.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm saying. I'm curious how much overlap they're gonna do because now that set 3 gives them the opportunity to give them these cards that are eligible for this season. You don't have to use your wild card on them, guys like that. So it should be a really interesting program, and hopefully it's a good one.
Yeah, Robert should get one. I'm just going to put that out there. Oh, maybe.
He should.
But then he's got a home run derby card.
Yeah, that's where it's kind of interesting. So let's say 99 Otani comes out as a lightning card on Friday, right?
Uh-huh.
What do they do if Shohei Ohtani then ends up winning All-Star Game MVP? Or what if they
get funky with it? Give him pitchers that he doesn't usually have. Give him a sinker. Give him what I'm saying? Give him like just go crazy.
That's a good idea. I didn't think about that.
Have him be a switch hitter.
Okay, now we're getting crazy.
Dude, I'm looking for July, man. Oh, it is July. I'm hoping they probably already did it now. I want in the tops, was it rewind pack where they have like from previous tops down cards. I want G-Man Choi switch hitter card from MLB Show 20 when you got a card in July. It was a 92 overall. I don't care. Give me the 92 overall. Give me switch hitter G-Man Choi back. I love that card. He was a staple in the CCL when we played.
I forgot about that. Forgot about that tournament.
That seems so long ago, but we don't have to mention it because I
mean, what was it? 3 years ago? 4 years ago?
Yeah,
insane.
How far did you get to that? You faced
I lost
in the semis or movie?
I think I beat you in the first round, and then I lost to Movie in the second round.
Yeah, Movie won.
And then Movie ended up winning the tournament. I think he beat Serenity or he beat somebody in the finals. I don't remember.
Did he ever get his belt?
He did. Yeah.
He did. Okay. Yeah. But either way, I want G-Man Choi back. Anyway, going back to June, Marte could get one, especially with his 99 being transitioned out. I like to see Marte. I'm just trying to think. It would be kind of cool. You mentioned before, maybe they could put the milestone Ella de la Cruz in the Player of the Month program.
That's possible. I didn't
It's
think
just
about that, but that's definitely
get
possible.
difference with it. So that'd be kind of cool. See, I don't know. We shall see. We definitely.
Yeah,
I
definitely
do
possible. I
I
didn't even
do
think about that.
like how they're giving you what 8 was it usually 8 to 12 cards right from the rip to be set 3. Not only that, you also get July Tops Now um, cards. So there's potential. You getting 20 cards on top of Team Infinity. We don't even know how many. How many were in the Team Infinity? Was it 60 or 90?
For Team Affinity 2, I think it
Yeah,
was
it
90.
was 90, right? Yeah. So
Yeah,
on
because
top of that,
you got the captains, and
and
then you got the what was the series before?
the Future Stars.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah, yeah. So
Yep.
yeah, captains, 30 of those, 30 future stars, 30 incognito players
And then the 5 bosses on top of that. And then the packs
in
for
the
the
XP
XP
reward path.
program.
Yeah.
So yeah, this is going to be a lot of cards. They posted a tweet. I know we're kind of just jumping over the board, but we're at that point. They posted a tweet for set 3 being 5 collection awards. However, we're unsure because it feels like Twin made a good point. Because there was technically 5 less for set 2 season 2 because if you count was it David Ortiz being
Yeah.
one, you get he wasn't like a collection in the choice pack, but he was part of that collection. So I'm very
Yeah, no,
curious
I
if
think
that's the same
it's
thing.
going to be the same amount.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, no. Curious who the collections are going to be. I wonder if they're going to go um I wonder if they're going to make it kind of like a theme. Are they going to go like all-star players for collections? Like is 99 Acuna going to be a set 3 collection? Are they going to do like flashback all-star game MVPs? Like, maybe Vlad could be in there somewhere from 2021. Maybe dude, I mean, to be fair, 99 Trout is also going to get phased out, but the if the all-star team affinity players are like what they normally are, then we most likely will see a 97 Trout in Team Affinity 3. So I don't know. Like, I don't know what they're gonna do. They could just keep it going the same way they've been doing it, where they've, kind of just thrown players in there. But I don't know. We'll see. I hope it's good, man. I really did like the collections from set 2. Like
okay.
Randy, Hank, and David Wright were really good. I really don't think they've missed on a collection yet. I think out of the 6 big collection players we've gotten, I mean, probably Pedro's the worst. Um, Considering what his pitch mix
Was it
is
yeah,
and compared to
Pedro?
some of the
Yeah.
other
It would
players.
be
Yeah.
I agree.
So yeah, I don't know. I hope they continue to make the collections good. Because that's what I like doing in this game is I like team building and I like collecting cards. Like that's
I
the
mean,
2 things that I really like doing.
that's what it is. It's a collecting mode. It's collecting
Yeah.
ultimate team fantasy type of mode to fill out your binder. What was I gonna say? Now with set season 2, is there like favorite? We'll go into our, I guess, favorite cards now. Well, we'll go to set 1 before we go fully into set 3. But for season 2, out of the collection cards itself, would you pick any? Would you continue to have the same order you picked them based
Mm.
on how you played with them? You know what I'm saying? Like, I
So,
think you did
yeah,
Hank first. Would you
I did
done?
Hank first.
Would you done a different card just by based on how well you performed with the other 2 cards, whether it be Randy or Wright?
No, I think Hank was a good first pick for me. I felt like I needed another outfielder, especially with the start of season 2.
Mhm.
I actually did go David Wright second and then Randy third.
Okay.
Just because I wanted, or I felt like I had used Randy all of MLB 22. I got him in the first weekend of the game as the collection
Yeah,
reward,
yeah,
and
yeah.
really excited to use him and everything. And I know he's gonna be my ace all the way through season 3. So it's like, let me snag one of the new legends here. Let me get this guy, and I'll have some fun with him. I haven't used a David Wright card in 5-6 years, however long it's been. So I went with him and then Randy third. I don't think I think I would probably keep the same order.
Mhm.
I had fun with the cards as I unlocked them. Hank has been amazing for me. David Wright started off a little slow, kind of had to get used to his swing, but he's been really good. And of course, Randy's Randy. So
Yeah,
you know,
Joe, Randy's still Randy. I remember. I think I'm not sure if I mentioned it on the podcast episode, but I played in the championship series before they. I mean, it didn't count because they're still having their issues. Oh yeah, we haven't talked since you played at Costco. Because remember we
did we?
vented, and I remember I want to vent again. That wasn't last week or the week before about it because they had the issues once again. They had to shut it down. Who knows when they're going to have esports again. But I remember you played at Costco for the first time, and you had my distance beat. I think it was like I had like 292, and you had
the
like
late home run.
272 or something
Yeah,
like
I think
that.
mine was 278 feet or something like that. Just insane. You know, and it was like a very late swing, totally off the PCI with like not a power hitter.
Yep.
It's just insane that stadium, like there is a time and place for that stadium. Offline grinding, cool.
Yes, yeah.
Not online, and definitely not in a tournament where there's tens of thousands of dollars on the line.
I feel like we haven't seen those type of custom stadiums actually be online, except this year. Like I feel like you couldn't do those wall restrictions last year or the year before.
You could. I just don't feel like enough people really knew how.
And then
Because I was able to do it for a grind stadium last year.
Okay.
But yeah, you've been able to do that since 21, I think. It's just this year, I don't know, the popularity of that Costco park has gotten through the roof. Luckily,
Well,
I really haven't played there that
you
much.
guys, man. Don't blame. I mean,
What-
blame the content creators.
What did I do?
The content creators.
I didn't make a video on it.
Oh, Tyler did.
That was Dimmu. Everybody blamed Dimmu. You go yell at him for making 4 videos at Costco Park.
Yeah, that was Tyler.
But to be fair, we can't yell at Dimmu because it's in the game. We got to yell at SDS.
Yeah, you can't really complain about it. That's in the game. It is what it is. But yeah. Oh man, I don't want to go down that rabbit hole with the stadiums and then esports. Either way, but going back to my point, I remember facing Randy, being my first Legend game. Of course, first Legend game, you're going to face 99 Randy again. My God, it's just like you're guessing. You're literally guessing. I forgot what that felt like, and I felt like I was back into MLB Show 22 when I was just hopeless when facing 99 Randy. But yeah, it was. Legend is it's
Not fun.
no, it's not. It's not, but it has me wanting to continue doing because I want to get better, but I'm not with my eyes being 35 years old. There's no way. But
I just simply don't care enough to be good at this game anymore. Like,
yeah,
there's
I
no
feel it.
reason. You compete in a tournament and you lose to a person that's just better than you, and I don't really feel the need to get better. I'll just make my stupid little YouTube videos and I'll be good.
Yep. Either that or I'll sit on the sidelines and watch it myself or commentate and go from there. And we're actually, if you guys are listening right now, there is 4 days left. If you guys want to register for the Rays Sunburst Invitational Qualifier number 2, this is probably the only esports tournament that you're going to get this year, unless they come back with the championship series later on in the year. So if any of you do want to get sweaty and play with the Rays team against other Rays teams for a 10K type of prize pool, hey, sign up. You goes rays.com/Rays Gaming, and you find it there. But to transition back into season 2, set 2, collection awards were good. I thought bosses were great too. We got solid cards with the JD, Mariano, Greg Maddux, and I'm forgetting the other 2. Grady Sizemore, of course.
Chase Utley, because I know you won't mention him.
Oh, I forgot. I forgot.
Yeah, that one slipped your mind.
No, that really slipped my mind because I would never remember that.
Greg Maddux, Josh Donaldson, Mariano, Chase Utley, Grady.
Yeah. And they're all, I mean, all 5 of them were solid. But you don't have to worry about them because they'll still be available for set 2. Now, set 1, before we go to, I guess, favorite cards in set 1, I want to know, do you have someone in mind that is going to be your wild card? Or a staple? Because you could switch it out. We always could switch out from here and there. I guess this is going to be two questions. Do you have one that's going to be more than often be your wild card? Second, now go into set 3, do you think we should have more choices of a wild card, like not just one?
It's gonna be hard to say. I mean, first question, I feel like the guy that's gonna be my wild card most of the time is gonna be 99 Trout, just because I'm doing Angel in the outfield on my main account, so I'm
Makes
gonna
sense.
have to use my wild card on him. But if I wasn't doing that and I was just playing, right now I actually think it still would probably have to be Chipper.
Yeah.
I love I'm loving David Wright at third base. I'm loving Derek Jeter at shortstop still. Uh, so Chipper really feels like the one guy that is just so good that's going to be so difficult to take out of my lineup. Because I have Babe Ruth still playing first base for me, but there's plenty of good bats I can get to supplement that. But third base, there's something about that switch hitting bat of Chipper Jones that just crushes the ball. It feels like on every single at bat. He probably would have to be the guy for me, I think, out of everybody.
He's without a doubt top 3, maybe arguably the best DD card we ever had.
Maybe I'd have to really think about that.
For a regular player, I mean, we had plenty of cards that were max attributes, like the Babe Ruth, Jamie Foxx before. But to have a switch hitter, and especially to get him to the level where it's basically almost 125 across the board with his speed. I mean, it's good enough speed. I think it's in the 70s. And his swing, it's hard to say anyone else, for me at least, for being my wild card if I had to choose one. But overall, now you mentioned you put Chipper at DH because you said you had Wright and Jeter at third and short.
Yep.
That's what you do? Okay. All right. So
yeah, I have David Wright at third, Jeter at short, and Corey Seager at second.
Sweet. All right. Now for other like set 1 cards, is there others out there that you're like, okay, I'm also going to miss this card?
I'm going to miss using him. I am definitely not going to miss facing him, but Bob Gibson.
Okay. I feel like he
like
came
one
on
of my
later into the season. A lot of people started really like using him.
Yeah, I mean, he was one of the bosses in the XP reward path, and he was very good. He was so tough for me to hit on even Hall of Fame. I never faced him on Legend. I hope never to do that. But he was brutal. But also extremely good in my rotation. Another guy that I am excited to see leave because I don't want to face him anymore is Jose Alvarado. That guy is just like, I would rather face Chapman. I would rather face Aaron Loop. I'd rather face any lefty other than Alvarado, man. I just cannot pick up that guy's break on his cards. He's just so tough for me. Trying to think. I mean, a lot of the cards I use in my offense are really like set 2 and core right now. So it's kind of hard to say like what offensive players I'll be missing. But yeah, I mean, I think I'm ready for season 3. I think I am ready for a little bit of a refresh on some of these guys. So, I say bring it on.
Yeah. For me, I'm going to definitely miss Lindor. I love him with Lindor. And then to Trey Turner, I didn't play as much as I wanted to. I did like using that card, but he wasn't up to the par of the other 99 Trey Turners that we had. Well,
I agree.
The postseason card, was that last year postseason? And then the year before, or finest.
It was the All-Star card from 21.
Yeah,
and
that was my favorite one.
Yeah,
there's something about that card. Even though he had other 99s that had better attributes, something about that card was just ridiculous.
That 98 was just different. I don't know what it. Yeah.
So I am going to miss that. I will miss Marte, but I feel like he's going to get one for Player of the Month. The Posada card. I'm going through set 1 right now just to see what cards I really liked using. But besides
Murakami, I feel like a lot of people are going to miss. I still see people using him a lot.
I couldn't hit with him.
I know. I was never very good with him, but dude, I face him, the ball is leaving.
Yes.
He does not miss. It's insane how good good people are with that Murakami card, and I'm like, I'm probably hitting 100 with him. It's crazy.
Yeah. I'm gonna miss the Soto card. The Gregory Soto. You liked. I mean, you're gonna be
Yeah,
happy.
yeah.
But I liked using the Soto card. And then just for the cards I used, like from the first week or two, the Bo Bichette, the Jeff McNeils, the Eloys, I loved using.
What
Beginning of the
about
year.
Carlos Santana?
The Player of the Month one, I didn't use that as
Yeah,
much.
really, he was a good catcher.
Yes, I know, and he was better than probably a Set 2 Santana card.
Oh, easily.
So I
Easily.
didn't. Yeah, I didn't use them as much as I wanted to, because I started just doing Mets theme teams for once we get more cards for rank.
Yep.
So yeah, how many games do I have with the Santana? Yeah, only 12 games. Hitting 375, but only 12 games. Either way, it was definitely like from going into set one, season one. It was definitely a refreshed take than we normally do. And it was a lot of fun to take it all in, see how it's going. And I don't think we'll ever feel that again, because it was something brand new to us, right? It was like opening a new toy, don't know what to expect, and you're playing with it for the first time, where previously it just felt like we knew what we were getting, right? And it felt like that was it for set two. I think that's our kind of theme, is that set two kind of felt very similar to set one, which made us, I mean, me personally, didn't make me want to grind as much, because it was just burnt out from doing it in season one and set one. But it was fun. It's fun looking back. It feels like each season so far still feels like it's its own new game.
Yep.
So,
and I the one thing I will say, positives, negatives, whatever, however people are feeling about this, I personally just at least appreciate SDS trying something new. The content model was getting, to me, very stale, because it was 22 was basically the same game as 21. 2021 to me was already taking a step back from MLB 20. So I was at least excited that we got something new, we got something different. Whether it ended up working out or not, at least it was a different take on the mode. So I'm always going to be appreciative of that. I just hope that SDS can take the feedback that people are getting, the feedback that they did ask for pre-launch. They said this is a new thing. We want to hear your feedback. We are open to making changes. I hope they follow through with that promise, because I think a lot of the community sentiment right now is, hey, we feel like this structure needs some changes. I feel like a lot of people kind of have the idea that this could be a really cool idea for Diamond Dynasty, and I think season one kind of gave us a taste of how cool this type of mode can be, or this type of structure can be. Season two was not the same, and I hope SDS can realize that, and I hope SDS can take that feedback and implement it in a way that makes season three exciting, makes season three something that people can be kind of engaged with. And we'll just have to wait and see. That's really the hope right now.
Yeah, pretty much. Now, while we wait and see, we did get some little snippets. We got a particular post with set 3 incoming, and that was showing that it's going to be all about All-Star, as we see. Let me get to the tweet real quick. Right here, where we see a couple names. They gave us all with Max Scherzer, Paul Konerko, Gary Sanchez, Jonathan Scope, Joey Gallo, J.R. Richard. But they indicated Team Infinity 3 is all about the All-Star players. Here are some of your diamonds you'll find in TA3. The first big thing a lot of people noticed was the overalls. And the question is, are these actual cards that are going to be technically the bosses? I don't know. I say this every time. What do you call the end card? Program cards, I guess. And because there's henchmen, and then like through the TA grind, like
so you're saying
it's not
like
a boss
in
card, but it's like the end. It's
Yeah,
what you're
well, like you're
shooting
saying in
for.
Team Affinity 2, you had the future stars
Stars,
and then
yeah,
the incognito
exactly,
players. Like,
exactly.
I would classify them as Team Affinity bosses
Team Affinity
personally, but
bosses.
I
Yeah,
don't.
that's one thing. I wasn't sure bosses would be the right word, but that's where
Yeah,
I tend to. But yeah, that's what they're the debate right now is: are these bosses? Are these henchmen? We don't know, and a lot of people are kind of putting their tinfoil hat on or jumping the gun, indicating that these might be bosses. And once again, we have 97 overalls as the bosses. Um, where that's definitely getting mixed opinions, especially when we just had to talk earlier, like we discussed, with always having seen packs being the 99 overall cards, and either being in the other type of game modes to be not hard to contain, but definitely cumbersome to obtain than say the Team Infinity cards, where you feel like, oh, actually, I feel like sometimes the grind for Team Infinity. I'm sorry, I'm going off a tangent here. Team Infinity takes a little bit longer than you would do for, say, like a BR program or a ranked
yeah,
program. So, but you don't feel like
yeah.
you're getting the same value with that.
Yeah, I think that the cards that they've showed, the ones that they've revealed so far, I think these are most likely henchmen. Um, and I don't think that's because of the overall. I just think that it would be kind of weird when all 30 teams get an all-star and they've done that content where they release a diamond version of all 30 of those players over for the all-star stuff.
Mm-hmm.
It would be kind of weird to then just be like, oh, here's flashback all-star players instead. A
Yeah.
lot of people are probably looking forward to the all-star card that's going to be the representative of their team. It's like, oh, I'll have a good version of this guy to use on my team. Like, cool. I feel like adding flashbacks or legends of those guys are just not. I don't think that's going to be the boss pack. I think these are henchmen. Um, Regardless, I could still see the actual Team Affinity bosses being 97s. I
Yep.
really could. Like, to me, like I'm probably in the minority, but I don't actually mind that much if Team Affinity is 97s, because I think when you look at the sets and seasons model, I think giving people kind of like a baseline amount of cards to start building your team with this new set is probably a good thing. To be fair, you can make the argument that that's what the henchmen are for.
Yep.
But I think the reason it's still frustrating is because of the way all the other content is. As we talked about countless times in this episode, no 99s at the end of regular programs. Most good 99s are either behind packs or collections. Like the length it takes to grind out these Team Affinity programs does not feel worth it when you're only getting 97s compared to all the other content. So it's like there is so many things that SDS needs to clean up, and with how it was in season 2, this like the 97s are going to be frustrating to people because it still feels like their grind isn't going anywhere.
Mm-hmm.
So I think if SDS made the other content better, I think 97s would be fine for Team Affinity. But I think these are henchmen, and I think we will get the bosses revealed tomorrow because they are doing a live stream before all the
Yep.
content comes out.
Exactly. I'm with you. I think they're henchmen too. And then we'll see the current players be part of the program, being the TA bosses. And like I said, they still might be 97s as well. But we shall wait and see. It's kind of cool, though, seeing the 2019 Joey Gallo, because it gives us a little flashbacks when we wanted the Joey Gallo card be part of the All-Star cards that he got in the content. Like, oh, he actually did he go yard that game? I think he did. Yeah, he went yard that game. And we're like, oh my God, we're actually going to get a Diamond Gallo. Because that's when Gallo.
Yeah. We
when
did. We got
Gallo
that 95.
became, yeah, that's when Gallo was becoming like the legend he is in the MLB Show community in 2019. He became the bronze. He was like a Ryan Schiff. He was a bronze with the high power. Then he went silver. And then we're like, there's no way he'll ever get diamond because he's just all power. And then all of a sudden he went yard in the game. And the community just like, all right, there has to be a diamond card. I think he got a 94 diamond. It was like him, Muncie, part of the same program. And I remember
Muncie,
loving
Shane Bieber.
that Muncie I loved back in the day.
Yeah.
So yeah, I just seeing that Joey Gallo card gives me a little like flashback. And Jonathan Scope, man, I'm telling you, Jonathan Scope always has a great swing. So I'm very curious to see how that is. And then you got Scary Gary.
Yes, you do.
So yeah, but I expect these to be henchman cards, like you said. Maybe we'll get some more posts later today. I mean, it's only 2 o'clock on the east side, and only what 11. Am I doing that right?
Not even noon.
Not even noon. Yeah, 11 o'clock.
And
on
we
the
all
West
know
Coast.
SDS operates on West Coast time.
So
Like,
yeah, there's still plenty more day. And like you said, there's a stream tomorrow, 11 a.m. Pacific, 2 p.m. Eastern. But to finalize this episode, as Set 3 is coming on, I mean, it's basically All-Star season here, Cougs. We're in the middle of the baseball season. Like you just said, you're getting prepared to go to Seattle yourself. We got to end on some predictions because we won't be here until after the Home Run Derby and the All-Star game, which we'll get content for. So first off, let me ask you, are you sitting in the outfield or are you sitting on the regular?
No.
Okay.
So
I was about to
funny.
say, if you're sitting in right field, I feel sorry for you.
Yeah, no, because I think Scan and like Thune and I think a big group of MLB content creators is going, and they all got tickets to sit in right field, and everybody that's in the Derby is either a righty or a switch hitter.
They gotta hope Adley hits.
Yeah,
left side.
they need Adley to go left. But so yeah, no, I'm sitting. I think we're sitting first base side, and I'm only going to the Derby this year. I'm not going to the game.
I love you.
Yeah, and so, yeah, I'll be sitting like first base side. I don't know the exact section or how far towards the pole or the base I am, but yeah, no, I'm sitting field level first base side. We'll get to see some beautiful pulled home runs, and I'm looking forward to it. Seattle's a really fun park. I've been there a couple times. My dad used to live up there, so I would go visit. We'd go to a Angels Mariners game like maybe once a year, and yeah, really a fun stadium, a good time. Also, I love visiting Seattle. You know, if you guys are going to the All-Star game and you haven't been to Seattle, you got to check out the market. You got to check out some places downtown. It's a fun city, so I'm looking forward to it. My prediction for the Derby, I gotta go Pete. I gotta go with your boy.
Really? Wow.
Dude,
you know what's funny? I'm going with the guy he's facing first round. I'm going with the hometown kid.
Really?
I think J-Rod does it.
That would be cool. I would love to see a hometown guy win it.
He gets the momentum by being Pete, and that's it. That's all you need.
Yeah.
Like, you be a two-timer home run derby champ, and then you take that momentum. Yeah, I'm going. I mean, of course, I'll root for Pete, being the Met fan I am. But still, I think J-Rod takes it. I do.
Yeah. I just think I don't know, man. When Pete, he's two-time champ, and when he gets in that zone, I think he's gonna. He's just.
I will love it.
I
will love it. Either way, we get all those cards though, like all those high-power cards. We had a J-Rod card, would be the 98 from last year. That was pretty. It was good. It's just his fielding was great, but still, it was very usable. What other cards did we get? The Soto card last year. Right?
I was surprised Soto didn't do it again because he won it last year. So I'm surprised he wasn't gonna like,
try to go back,
defend his title or whatever.
But it's been an up and down year for
yeah.
him
Pujols won it or didn't win it. Pujols was in it last year. He got that 95.
Yeah, that was pretty dope. Anyone in the All-Star game in general, like that you might want to just see maybe win an MVP or get a card just based off MLB Show. By how well you like his stance, card, or pitches, whatever it is.
It's a good question. Let me look at the rosters real quick and get a refresher.
Because I'm going to have to do the same. So,
I mean, I would love to say Trout, but obviously he won't be playing with his injury. Let's see. I don't need another Seager. We already have him. Give me. Let's see here. I mean, we're gonna get like a 99 overall version of him, but I would say Acuna. Actually, you know what? The two that I really want to see a 99 version of, even though these guys could get it in many different ways, give me either Acuna or Mookie. I think those two guys I really want to see. Actually, Mookie's in the Derby, so he could even get a 99 from that. I don't know.
All right, I'm looking right here. I kind of want to boost it up. Matt Olson from both sides. I love his swing.
Okay.
I want Matt Olson to, I mean, I think his finest card is eventually going to get that because he's on a tear. He has 29 home runs, I think, right now. But yeah, Matt Olson would be the one. And Elias Diaz, not a name that you might think of. He might be he's probably in the TA program, so you probably both there. But if I'm telling you, last year I didn't even really know who he was, but he had that 94 tops now, and he was supercharged for 1 week. Absolutely fell in love with his card. So he's another name. I'm like, all right, if we could get some way, shape or form, like a 98 to 99 overall card for him, he could be my backstop because it was just he plays above his attributes for me. And I would love to see that. Everyone else, I feel like we had type of or a good 99 Adley again, which we'll eventually see.
Yeah.
But Michael Lorenzen's in there. Michael Lorenzen has a good pitch mix, but he's probably the only Tiger.
And they could get really funky with it. He's got some hitting stats,
Yeah,
Scuffy.
that's what I'm saying.
He's got some pop.
That's another. It's just like random names to look out for. We'll see. Either way, Kooks, I hope you have a good time. I'm jealous.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Are you going to see Clutch too?
Yeah, I think Clutch is going to come meet up with us at some point.
Good.
Probably meet his son too.
There you go. I love it. So you enjoy the Home Run Derby All-Star Game, and we'll be here like everyone else watching and then waiting for the content next week. Not only that, hey, we got a day. I mean, we got some content right before it being tomorrow with set 3. So if you're listening or watching, enjoy tomorrow. Hope you get the cards that you want to play with throughout the week. Happy grinding to you all. I'm very excited. I'm excited for set 3. I'm looking for a little bit more change of pace from set 2. I know you are too, Cougs. So you guys have fun with it tomorrow. Appreciate you guys watching. Appreciate you guys listening. Be sure, make sure to follow us on Twitter. We're at twitter.com/inside the show. PC. Once again, Inside the Show PC on Twitter. If you're watching us on YouTube, it's youtube.com/inside the show. Remember, we've been doing live episodes on Thursdays, and then we'll post the episode on Fridays on all podcast platforms. So you get to see it and hear us live earlier on Thursdays, roughly around either 12 p.m., 1 p.m. Eastern, and what is that, 9 to 10 Pacific time. So be sure to shoot us a sub over there. Anyway, I'm rambling on. Follow my boy Cougs at Cougs46 on Twitter. Find all socials there. I'm at Scuffy McGee TV. It's been a minute since I did this, outro, so bear with me. You have a good one. Catch you guys next time. Peace out, guys. Have a good one.